everyone, it's Alice and I'm here today with our May TBR Hook a Duck game. So every month we play Hook a Duck on this channel to choose our TBR for the month, and last month went spectacularly well. We've just started Jade City and I think I've got to finish Wither by Lauren DeStefano, and then I've got to start either Crimson Rain by Amelia Wenzhou or I've got to start Mystery Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater, but I've still got 5 days left in the month when I'm filming this, so that's going to be really easy to do because I'm smashing through Wither very quickly. So it's time to pick more books to read. I'm a little bit scared this month because we are starting a book club. It's called the Bad Bookworm Book Club, and if you haven't seen the announcement yet, I will link that so that you can join in. You've still got another, this will be going up on the 26th, so you've got 3 more days to do your voting, so make sure to register your vote for which book that you would like to read, so that will actually be added to this TBR, because I don't know which one of those 4 is going to win, but I will be reading whichever one it is, and that will be my main priority for the month. But we're going to hook some ducks and we're going to see what we end up with, and I'm now thinking very rapidly about what the heck I need to try and get read in May. Duck number 1. So to start off with, I'll show you the card that has all of the colours for the ducks on it, so you'll know what to look out for while I'm hooking. And then we'll shuffle the cards and hope we don't drop any in the water, because that would be embarrassing. Okay, so we're going to hook 4 ducks again this month and see how we go. So without further ado, duck number 1. Duck number 1 is a yellow duck, which is a fantasy duck, and duck number 1's prompt is a fantasy with a pretty cover. So the first duck that I hooked was a yellow duck, which is a fantasy duck, and this is a fantasy book with a pretty cover. I was thinking of picking A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas because Sean and I need to reread the second half of it. I read the whole book, but he only read the first, third, and he now wants to carry on with the series. So we need to read that second half together, those last 2/3 together, before we can carry on with the series. And that has a very pretty cover. But I've actually realised that in May, my These Books Will Self-Destruct in 12 Months video will be a year old. So if I haven't read any of the books on that list, they're going to get unhauled and I won't have a choice over it. So I'm switching. And my pretty cover fantasy pick will be Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I do not want to unhaul this book because I have the second and third book on my Kindle, and I've recently got on the Fairy Loot edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I don't want to be in a position where, because I haven't read this one, I have to unhaul all of them. And I'm still really interested in Caraval because it is so hyped, and the fact that it's got this spin-off series that has been equally hyped, I'm buzzing to read it. So we're going to read Caraval in May, and I won't have to unhaul it, which will be great. Duck number 2. Duck number 2. Nope. Is a pink duck, which is a middle grade duck. And that middle grade prompt is a retelling. I don't think I've ever had that one come up. Interesting. And duck number 2 was a middle grade duck, and this was a retelling. A middle grade retelling is the hardest thing I've ever had to think of. I thought it was going to be so easy, I thought it was going to have so many options, and I've been roaming around my house for about 20 minutes trying to think about what the heck I've got that is a middle grade retelling. And I can't find my copy of it, but I could have sworn I'd hauled The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. Whether I've hauled it on my Kindle, which is why I can't find it physically, or whether I've just stored it somewhere really stupid, but I know that it is on the library app as well. So I'm going to pick The House with Chicken Legs because it is a retelling of Baba Yaga, and so I know it's a retelling. I know it's very popular. It's Sophie Anderson's debut novel, and all of her books are extremely hyped. They're loved by Gavin, they're loved by Jade, and those are my 2 kind of the booktubers that I go to for my middle grade recommendations, and they really applaud her writing. So I will give it a go finally, and then hopefully I will get the rest of her books read later in the year. Duck number 3. Is a green duck, which is a young adult duck, and that young adult prompt is a Sean pick. Ooh, oh my god, what is he gonna do to me? So duck number 3 was a young adult duck, and it was a Sean pick duck. So I have Sean with me now, and he is going to try and pick a young adult book for me or for us, depending on whether he wants to read one with me. He is racking his brains very hard.
Well, the one I want to pick would be biased towards our new book club. It would be Miss Bourne.
That's not really young adult, though.
Beg to differ.
Okay.
Is this young adult?
It's more teen, but I guess we'll take it. Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy. That's not the kind of pick that I was expecting at all.
Oh.
But I'm happy with it. Oh. This is the first book in a very, very long series that has just finished its second cycle. And we own all of the books in the series, and I haven't started reading them yet, and Sean's only read the first few. So it is definitely going to be worth starting this off now. So thank you, Sean.
I read this when it came out, and when the second one came out, I read the first 2, I waited for the third one, got halfway through it, and I stopped.
You said you'd gone through the first, 6 or 7. Oh,
from
no!
From what I remember, from looking back for, my notes and stuff, I didn't actually read them. All my
we
friends
read Apocalypse
read them.
Kings together, which was the short story that Derek Landy did for World Book Day last year.
Yeah,
so I have technically read some Derek Landy, just not a lot.
All my friends read them, so I can kind of remember what happens at some point. Yeah.
That's fine.
We're
reading it this month.
Right. Do you want me to stop and...
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to stop it. I'll just, carry on from there. And then...
Bye.
Hey. I love you.
You're my favourite, love you too.
Bye. So now that Sean's gone back out to the car, I will let you see what we hooked for our final duck, which is duck number 4. And last but not least, we have duck number 4, which is a purple duck. And purple ducks are friend pick ducks, or ducks that are recommendations from people. And this friend pick prompt is a book box book. So it's one that's been recommended by one of the book box subscription companies because they've decided to feature it. Yay! And duck number 4 was a purple duck, which is a friend pick duck, and the prompt was to read a book box book, which is a mouthful. I'm actually going to double this up because I'm going to roll over Jade City by Fonda Lee, because we're not going to get it finished by the end of the month, and that was in Illumicrate's archives box. So Illumicrate do recommend Jade City. We'll definitely be finishing that in May, so it will get that ticked off. But I also want to read the Fairy Loot adult pick of the month, which I will be unboxing when it arrives, so you need to check back and see if you want to see the new Fairy Loot edition of their new adult book. And I've got a feeling, I might be wrong, that it's something like City of Dusk by Tara Sim. Based off of what the prompt card looks like and based off of what the book cover looks like, I think it might be that one. So that will actually be the pick that I read if it gets here with time for me to read it before the end of the month, because my friend and I both have Fairy Loot adult subscriptions, so we read 10% of the book every day, so we get it read within 10 days. So as long as April's Fairy Loot adult box arrives before May 21st, I hope, I really hope, I will have that finished in May, so that will be my book box book pick, but I'll be finishing Jade City either way, so I'm definitely going to get this prompt dealt with. And that is it for this month's Duck TBR. Adding on whatever wins for Bad Bookworm Book Club, and I'm so excited to read all of the picks, so I don't even mind what people vote for. I personally have voted for Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid because I think it's going to be the quickest read, and that is always a selling point for me. But make sure to check over on that announcement video if you are interested in joining the book club and if you would like to register your vote. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's going to be so great. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you'd like to subscribe, we'll be super duper grateful. We post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So we'll see you in a couple of days with another video. And I've got a feeling it's probably going to be my birthday book haul. How many books did I get? You'll just have to wait and find out. Thank you for watching. Bye. Quack, quack, quack. Why have I never done that before? Have a quacking day. I'm so stupid. Let me just balance some ducks on myself for this thumbnail. And duck number 4 was a book box book duck. It was a friend pick duck, and the prompt was book box book. I'm going to try this bit again.